Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Quick Zenify. This is your host and sports commentator, Raj Krishna, in front of you. The only thing I seriously don't know how exactly to start, but the thing is, we have to start the review between India and England. So, with that being said, let me straight away give you what exactly went wrong yesterday for Team India, how exactly England outplayed Team India, and what are the things that we could have experienced in this test match. A lot of comments to take, a lot and lots of things to discuss. Let us try to divide in a simplified manner. Even I'll also giving my inputs today about this particular game and the nature, the way it has been developed. It's not only about batting, it's also about the bowling. The burden what one person is actually taking is completely going wrong, and it should not be a bad sign for Team India in the future. Okay. So even in the morning also, I heard Gautam Gambhir is saying like Harshit Rana had some niggles or else he would have been playing in the playing 11. So I seriously don't understand certain comments, certain statements being made without any proper ideologies. Okay, so with that being said, I'll straight away get into Roman Bai. Roman Bai, first I'll come to you. First thoughts on the new captain Shubman Gill.
I think definitely we have been used to see that Virat Kohli's era where, we are able to got those 20 wickets and coming back to this is a totally contrasting thing. But I still feel that, it's a process. It's too early to, judge about his captaincy. But I certainly feel that, that he seems a bit clueless. Whenever the pitch is flat, then as a captain, you should definitely work on the. You should definitely work where just trying to change the fielding setup or just try to get some other tricks that can make the batsmen to think that what they are going to do, what they are not doing to, what they are not want to do. I really surprised that during that particular course of the day, they haven't think about once for the negative bowling. Just it's a test match. They need almost 350 more runs to score, and you just go that negative line. Just bowl 6, 7, 8, some line. You wide your cuts near to that particular return crease, or the bowling of the short pitch deliveries, because the length they are hitting is definitely tends them to score the runs. So I still feel that tactically he need to be more proactive in the future, and more importantly in the upcoming series as well. That you need to apply some tactic, try to bring the smart changes. What he has done, he is coming up with that Sardar Thakur and Prasidh Krishna, both were leaking the runs almost around on the sixth economy. So in a test cricket, it's a definitely crime. The 1 hour work has been done by Mohammad Siraj and Jasprit Bumrah is totally in a vain for the remaining an hour. So I still feel that you can bring on Ravi Jadeja at one and try to contain the run flow, and just try to bring Krishna and alternative to the Shardul. So these things definitely he has taken into the consideration after the loss of this particular test match, and it's definitely a long term learning process for him. He definitely will going to learn this, and I still feel that it's okay from his side in terms of the captaincy rating. I just want to give him a series to define his captaincy characteristics, to be honest.
Okay, straight away now I'll come to Selva in terms of like understanding, especially if you look at the 2.5 days where Team India were actually placed the field settings for Team England and understanding how exactly or where exactly the fields has to be placed. Almost like 65% of the runs being scored behind the wickets, and I have not seen a third man, I have not seen a deep square leg, and I have not seen a fine gully as well. And even behind the wickets, like when the batsman was actually playing a reverse play, sweep, Ben Beckett, Joe Root, Ben Stokes, each and every single player were trying to play the ball in the reverse sweep against Ravindra Jadeja. And there is no fielder for you to stop those balls.
See, like it was fielders chasing the ball. Eventually, if we need to say how it happened, the field setup was not proper. Like they were didn't got any kind of plan against any kind of batsman. As we mentioned, like it's going to be a flat track. There is no much help for the spinners. For Jadeja, he got the help through rough, which was made by the fast bowlers at the time. So that was one positive stuff which we had from his end, and that was like huge amount of bounce for a spinner, and he troubled all the England batters. Whoever he bowled, he troubled them, and they were trying to play him very cautiously and carefully. And as they are inventive players when compared to India, they are more experienced with kind of batting they also have advantage of their home ground, right? So they used to go tackle every bowler in an aggressive way. So same way they did for Jadeja as well. So as a fielder, what we need to think, if we're going to play for a reverse sweep, it will obviously go for a sweeper cover or sweeper area. We need to pack them up with fielders. Okay, yeah, and then we need to keep a catcher in the point, like what to say. Uh, leg nearby square leg or 3 by 4th inside the circle. Why? Because if he tries to play a reverse sweep where he might get mistime, or it will rise to an edge and we can able to get caught easily, how Ben Stokes got out. He provided a chance for Jadeja, but we obviously punt obviously left it. And when it comes to fast bowlers, like when the ball was bowled in the full length or the good length area, it was swinging or doing something for Prasidh Krishna as well. I'm not taking consideration for Shardul Thakur here, but for Prasidh Krishna, there was some kind of assistance. If you were hitting the right length or right area, he troubled the batsman very badly. They were not able to play him in a consistent way if he was hitting those consistent length. And I can able to put you some kind of field adjustments there. When Prasidh Krishna was bowling, the slip cordon was like removed, and the first slip was kept in the second slip position where he got an edge and it went for a boundary. If there was a fielder over there, the field set was perfectly matched. There would not be leakage of runs or leakage of boundaries in a consistent way. They scored boundaries every over and over, and they tried to play Bumrah and Siraj very carefully so that they can score runs from the behind back end bowlers like Shardul Thakur and Prasidh Krishna, because they are the one who are not performing that much well. They are not one who are not hitting that consistent line and length. So they targeted these two weak bowlers so that their run rate were around 6-5. Economy rate were around 6 and 5 when these two were bowling, and they were hitting very cautiously loose balls, and they were trying to score singles and doubles from the good balls as well. They were not keeping quiet at all. And field setup of fine leg and third man, it has to be obviously kept in a England kind of wickets where every expert used to say keep a fine leg, keep a third man, and you bowl your fast bowlers where you will be getting edge, and if the edge is going also, you can protect your boundaries, and which makes the batsman drive in front of the wicket so that you can able to get a nick with the keeper, or the slips comes into play, gully will be coming into play, where we missed that kind of trick over here. And we didn't follow a right thing what has to be done in England. Even though we are telling Shubman Gill is an like new captain, we also saw Virat Kohli as a new captain in Australia, where he showed his aggression, attitude in batting, fielding, everywhere. We needed the same thing from Shubman Gill as well as Team India as well. When the session was going good, they were like cheering up, booming, and doing every kinds of stuff. If it is not going well, the whole team spirit was let down and put down, and there were 2 to 3 players who were captaining here and there, and which made a collapse over themselves and created a huge gap for England to cash in, and went they took the match away.
Exactly. And now I'll come to next by to understand the way, the approach, what Bumrah is being utilized right now. Because if you look at Bumrah's entire bowling spell in this complete test match, first innings he has bowled almost like 25 overs, a fast bowler bowling 25 overs, and again in the second innings he bowled 19 overs. So it's almost like 45 overs in a test match by your prime bowler.
Yeah, just before coming to the question, I'll just, I mean, go back to the past. I mean, the first video where we had recorded. During pitch condition, I had said ki it's normally somewhere being home condition, England has an advantage. And secondly, I had said ki it should be a 4 day game where in somewhere it would have happened because see, in the second inning, Bumrah had taken 5 wickets. If it was not a 5 wicket haul and we were just 8 runs short for two, if there was 5 wicket haul wasn't there, then England could have easily taken that lead, and then there was somewhere it would have been a chances that they could have easily scored around 150 runs and given us the second inning where normally India, as you have seen in the second inning, India collapsed. I mean, only Rishabh Pant and KL Rahul played, others collapsed. If it was in the same situation at that time also, we could have easily. I mean, the game could have been at day four. So somewhere that analysis was right. It was only thing that if Bumrah hadn't got 5 wicket, but because of his 5 wicket haul, the game went for day five, and somewhere we lost because we are over dependent on Bumrah. As well that 45 overs in 2 innings from a prime bowler. If if I think we had Kuldeep Yadav instead, I mean Prasidh Krishna or anyone bowler replacing, it could have been much better is what I feel. Because right now Bumrah is the main bowler. If he's not there, then I don't think we have any good bowlers who can control the runs. Seeing what we saw, we were saying Prasidh Krishna is a good bowler. He is no doubt, but somewhere he was one who had leaked a lot of runs. So that's the problem. So
Okay,
somewhere
I just wanted to like add on to this particular point by like see any bowler playing at that particular international level of a game. So I'm not like backing Prasidh Krishna or I'm not backing Shardul Thakur here. The thing is like you should be knowing where exactly the strengths where each and every single player is having. Say for example, if Bumrah is tall, if he is fast, if he is hitting the deck, no matter what, his edges will fly for a third man. If his edges will go for a third man, and you have to make sure that there is a backward point for you which is set ready for any of the balls which has been connected well. But when you don't have any of the fielder or any of the fielder who is actually stopping the ball in the deep, that means to say no matter what, like even if you're a Jasprit Bumrah also you're of that height, if you're not making a proper use, then all the balls will actually go for a boundaries or under sixes. No doubt about it, and you cannot stop this kind. I mean, this thing in any of the game. Not 5 runs, it can be 50 runs in an over as well. It's just placing the right fielders at the right time, making sure you have a proper field placements. Along with that, the number of catches which has been dropped in the entire matches as well. Because the test match always says catches win the matches, but at the same point of time, when you're dropping a sitters, which actually comes to you, you need to be fast also. You have the overcast conditions wherein you can see the ball clearly well when the ball is up in the air. You have to make sure that you are going and running towards the ball, not after 1 or 2 seconds. That delay of 1 or 2 seconds can actually cost you the entire match. If you talk about the entire drop catches which has happened all throughout this entire test match is almost like 16 catches which has been dropped in the entire 2 innings of in this test matches. I have seen Jaiswal dropping almost like 6 catches, both in the first and second innings together. Rahul dropping one, Pant dropping one. I'm sure Pant would have not dropped in simple catches. It would have been a costlier catches because I know the way behind the wickets is really good. But at the same point of time, you just need to give the credits for him as well. And Sai Sudarshan dropping one, Jadeja dropping one, Stokes also dropping one, and these are all the things where you could have been correcting each and every single time when you get onto the field. I know you might be having one bad day in the office. I know you might be having a couple of bad days at the office, but it can't be repeating in the test matches going forward. Why I'm saying this is it's only because the way, if you are not utilizing the way the players have to be utilized, it's not only about the batting, it's also about the bowling, it's also about the fielding. Test match is all about testing your patience level. You can't be having a sloppy body language where I have seen Yashasvi Jaiswal. I mean, I'm not blaming Yashasvi Jaiswal right now, but the thing is like you should have at least a minimum what game awareness is what I personally believe. That is point. I mean, that's what I wanted to tell. And the next thing, what I wanted to tell is like right in the middle of the tournament of Border Gavaskar Trophy, we saw some of the seniors, especially Ravi Ashwin, the legendary bowler who has given as many wickets, especially in the Sena countries, announcing his retirement. Somewhere we felt that this team body language is not actually good, and everybody playing out there. I mean, I've not seen Team India over a decade. I mean, for the last decade, in such kind of a situation wherein like a world number team going down into the ranks as well. And now also, even if you look at where exactly Team India is standing, is that I think in the third place, I believe, if I'm not wrong. So all these things should have been taken care at as early as possible. 8 day gap, you can't do anything. And I just wanted to quote certain things. I don't know what it applies to whom. Dabir quoted this, and I'm re-quoting it. Don't take it as my words. Okay. Gambhir told IPL is not a criteria to play a test match. Right? If that is the case, why do you have a players of almost like what 8 or 9 players coming in from the IPL only? We have to see test perform. We have seen Anshul Kamboj performing really, really well in the domestic circuit. Why is not being given chance? Why he has not been given any particular chance?
That's a valid point, and test criteria selection should be based on the Ranji Trophy matches, not based on IPL T20
I'm
selections.
not quoting this. I did not tell this, Selvaji. I
I'm
told what Mr. Gambhir has quoted before
no, 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 no.
he was made the coach of the Indian team. If that is
I'm
the
not.
case, what you have done in the test cricket as first as an assistant coach, tell me on what
No,
basis you have been made as a coach. You have
that,
been
that
a mentor for a particular franchise, take a gap of 1 year, and when there is a tenured person who has scored more than 12,000 runs in a test match, performing really, really well, leading the team to a success, and all of a sudden we see the downfall. And hardly we see Indian fans in the stands.
no, it's
Hardly
like
we see Indian fans in the stands.
cricket
For
is played
last
everywhere.
decade, I see only the English fans in the stands. You might be thinking me as a funny guy who throws out the frustration on an XYZ player. But to be very frank, I'm just like quoting what exactly Gautam Gambhir has quoted a few years back.
I
If you have
accept
achieved
your
something in the test match cricket, come on, talk to me.
I accept your point, what you're telling. So I'm not here to like what to say, argue against it because most of the bowlers who are from like players are from like what to say T20 part or based on their IPL performance they have been picked up. But if we see only few members like Karun Nair, Abhimanyu Ishwaran, and these are the we can pick handsome of people who performed well in domestic and couldn't able to get into Indian team, or else if they get into Indian team also they are not provided with proper chances. The people who are playing in IPL got fame regarding to that 120 overs match. 20 overs match with that they have been like what to say, like not only us, the people, the social media making them high. What is Test cricket has been forgotten over the years. So that's what I feel because in the Virat captaincy, we can see like who are all the players who have been played. Like even though if they are not performing well, they will be provided with multiples of chances where they will be performing in one important match, and from there the forms will be getting coming out. So, but here like for example, if like now we can take Shardul Thakur, he has been performed in Ranji matches and plus class matches as well. But this one test match will this one test match in the series will definitely going to ruin his career completely. Will that will go?
Exactly. I mean, see, there were many rumors, there were many comments saying like when we have selected Shardul Thakur into the playing 11. Come on, guys, you need to give him a support. A bowler can only perform when there is a support on the field. But I don't see any kind of support coming in for Shardul Thakur as well. There is
True.
no aggression, there is no counter attacking, there is no sledging from any of the players behind the wickets or in front of the wickets. Come on, man, like let's give them what English players give. If a XYZ player going away from the shades again, like you want to go back to the history.
But
I
actually,
can't.
Raj, by that
Yes,
I want to put one more point related to this. See, the aggression, what we are discussing about, the sledging and give it on the face is culture developed by the only Virat Kohli. The previous captains and the current captains do not possess this kind of abilities. What the Virat does, and that is why we are saying that irrespective of number of runs that he is going to score, but he is creating an aura, he is creating an atmosphere where the opponents feel that particular hit. So it's definitely a big hole to fill, in my opinion. And one more thing that I want to point it out that whenever the persons who comes, like as of now we have a GG, in future may some other comes or in a past some other has come. So everybody has their favorites. So, this is the culture we have seen throughout the course of the Indian cricket. And there is nothing wrong, in my opinion, to have your own favorites. But why we are rating Virat Kohli team high? Because they have developed one of the India's best overseas bowling lineup. And that is why we are praising that they are doing a brilliant job. In these situations, we are not getting results. It's not about getting a result. We are not seeing that particular potential that by giving them chance may develop a the dependable bowling lineup what we used to have 5 years ago when we to the Sena countries. The people are just afraid to prepare the pitches. They cannot prepare the flat decks that we are going to pile the runs. If they are going to prepare the pitches where we can win the matches, so it will be the two-side dilemma for them. And we have seen that Johannesburg win. We have seen the certain wins in England as well. So this kind of a situation where we need to ask some questions to Gigi as well. That the persons who are backing up, are they really capable to give us the result in the future? I still feel that it's a eyebrow raising in my opinion. If Nitish Kumar Reddy has been given chances and he has not performed, I still feel that he definitely does possess a good future. He's definitely a better than what the Shardul is, and I still feel that he can bowl those particular good lengths where he can get the wicket. Once he is doing a brilliant BGT and dropping him down definitely out of a equation. I still didn't understand what is the strategy for him. Wherever we have seen those previous coaches who is having their different strategies, it were look very clear. We have seen that particular Ravi Shastri and Kohli era where they are backing up the bowlers. He is the bowlers captain where everyone seems look like in a gelled up squad. Whereas we have seen in yesterday's matches, people are doing in a patches. It never looked like that team is playing on the field. It like that. We have seen those 60 overs at the Lords, and similar situation we have seen yesterday. It's a contrast. So, in my opinion, rather than looking about the combination, it's more about to building up a team culture. We are missing this. We have seen a decade of the cricket where India is dominating in a Test cricket. People just definitely, it is not wrong to say a batter is feel that hell, by standing amount of that particular overs. So it culture should be developed. We have the pattern we have developed in the last 10 years, and it should be follow. It's a legacy that what we have created in a 10 years, then it should be definitely carried forward by these people and two, three guys need to take some initiative. We know that personality, KL does possess, Subman does possess. There's a totally contrast to the Virat, but we definitely have a character like Mohammad Siraj, Rishabh Pant, who can take this legacy forward, in my opinion. So it's more about to building up a culture. Otherwise, we are just sitting down like this, doing this podcast, and in a sad manner, we are just talking about Team India's, rust ever performances in a Test cricket. If this is
to be
not, this is an alarming sign that,
one
yeah.
thing by not sad, but the thing is we are throwing out our frustration.
Like,
That
by definitely it's a point of sadness for sure. We have seen that particular kind of cricket what we have played in a 10 years and what we are playing. So it definitely, not as a ICT fan. being a Test cricket fan, it seems that it definitely possesses some sadness to see a team which have dominated almost a decade. And then things like this happen is feel it definitely feels bitter disappointed.
I want to add a point here. So the players who are right now playing have been played under Virat captaincy, so they know how Test cricket has been played. Like why they are not implementing it is a big question. Like is that a team discussion? Is that a team nature? Because the same team under Virat Kohli was looking different. If Virat Kohli was the captain, if the same team is going to play, it will be a different one. One person can change that, right? So same Shubman Gill also played under Virat, so he has to take that same kind of warrior when it comes to the overseas conditions or overseas countries, whether it's they are coming and playing in India, or we are going and representing them, it doesn't matter. Like the attitude and aggressions are the only things which put us in a front front seat, whereas we are going behind the scenes. So
That is
they
the
know how to
important that
play,
yes, that is
they know
very
how to
important.
play aggressive cricket. They know how to play aggressive cricket because past 10 years the brand has been fixed for India.
Yes,
Because when Dhoni was there, there was a spin bowling lineup which was trying to
I'll tell you,
bundle
like,
up the game.
the way the cricketers were actually intelligent. I'm not blaming an XYZ player right now. Like, I just wanted to see like how exactly the cricket has evolved from over a last decade. Virat Kohli taken his captaincy from the likes of Mahendra Singh Dhoni. Yes, no doubt about it. But MS Dhoni was a legend. He has achieved whatever he has to achieve. He has done it his job, and he has walked away happily from the international part of Test cricket. Now, young Virat Kohli, aging 25 years of time, like he has been molded under a senior captain or a senior leader, wherein like you need to understand this particular game in a format where fitness is important. You need to see the players in this kind of caliber, wherein you might be seeing like the typical Delhi guys mentality, going and sledging the players, going and talking against the players. Like it's not when I say against the players, it's not against the players. It's against like when you face an opposition on the field, tell them like where exactly it hurts them. Right? You have to give them such kind of body language to the opposition. It was never lost until it was totally lost. And then came during the COVID era that you cannot have a multiple format captains. Now, what do we see in Indian cricket? We have three different, four, five, six. How many captains have been changed from 2021? Please, guys,
I
enlighten data. Shikhar Dhawan, I mean, like Shikhar Dhawan, we have seen. Shreyas Iyer, we have seen. Surya Kumar Yadav, we have seen. We have seen Rohit Sharma also. We have seen Tilak Verma also. How many multiple Shubman Gill also we have seen. We have seen Jasprit Bumrah also. And like what? Remaining three or four. KL Rahul has also become captain. Rishabh Pant has also become captain. Nine players we have seen as a captain after one particular player getting retired from an international captaincy. Nothing else. And that was a mentality of a player of 7 long years where he has carried entire team India on his shoulders. I'm not saying like, okay, this is one of the best era I have ever seen in the international cricket. But international cricket peaked at that point of time, even though that he was not performing well. Because, as a Virat Kohli, he might have a weakness around fourth or fifth or sixth stump when the outside the off stump ball. But always to understand one particular thing, what I have observed is that he has always backing his bowlers. So, he was just going to the bowlers and asking like, where exactly you want the field? Please let me know. He was having a discussion before coming onto the field. He was sitting with the players. Tell me like, okay, this is what it is, this is what it is, and this is what it is. Okay, and all these things like now we come and discuss like okay Kuldeep Yadav's inclusion, cricket analyst, do we see the inclusion of Kuldeep Yadav somewhere somehow, since there will be a flat tracks on the fourth and the fifth day and we need a wicket taking spinner and a skillful spinner. England would slow the run rate too. I doubt I doubt with this captaincy because somewhere in the next test match, I'm going to see three major big changes. Right now, I'm predicting for this upcoming entire test series. I'm going to see straight in Harshit Rana, I'm going to see Harshadip Singh, and I'm going to see Nitish Kumar Reddy into the playing 11. Okay. So in place of whom, I'll tell right now, Shardul Thakur will be automatically replaced. Automatically, Mohammad Siraj or either Prasidh Krishna will be replaced for Harshit Rana. And for Jasprit Bumrah, it will be Harshadip Singh who will be coming in and playing into the playing 11. And I don't see like, even If that is the case, like somewhere, like you have to punish SSP Jaiswal for 1 or 2 matches, give Abhimanyu Vishwaran a chance because he's also a left-hander. He's capable of scoring a runs. Just give him a chance. Give him, punish him. Like Baba, it's not only about scoring runs. You have to take the catches as well. Go talk to him. That's
But
where
why
you can.
it seems too harsh on someone like having a bad day. He's a good catcher in the BGT. After dropping those catches, definitely it happens to everyone. But
one
for
thing,
that dropping, it will be bit too harsh and not good for the someone like youngster who is having a good batting abilities. So dropping of Yashasvi Jaiswal, I seems bit difficult. Like, and it should not happen at all. Like, everyone is having a bad day. Who knows that in upcoming match he's coming up with a 5 6 brilliant catches, and he do possess that ability. We have seen that in a short span of his career, he has taken some blenders of the catches. So the exclusion of the Yashasvi Jaiswal, I definitely feel that it will be difficult. And what the
We can
uh, Selva has mentioned,
I'm not saying exclude him. I'm saying punish him.
yes, yes,
punish.
There,
No, no. I want to put here is like we can pick Abhimanyu Ishwar in the place of Sai Sudarshan. I want to see him play in the place of Sai Sudarshan. Why? Because like it
it's
was
logical.
also a kind, it was also a kind of like I am not going to settle him with that because yes, future chances are many things. But Abhimanyu Vishnu was nagging the doors of selection for so long, so I can't able to punish because Jaiswal has scored runs. If I don't want to break that confidence over there, so I can keep him over there,
I'm
and
not
I want
saying.
to.
But I'll tell you one thing: the youngsters having a lot of confidence, no doubt about it. They have the confidence to perform on any given day. I'm not denying that particular fact, but you should also understand when you're playing a test match cricket at that particular level, you need to have some serious consequences. Is what I say.
True
That's
that,
as
that
simple as that.
if
And
it
now,
is no one point, if it is going to like SSV, the same has to go to Shardul as well as what to say Prasidh Krishna as well, because we have to pull them and keep them out as well for like
I
dropping
won't.
them down.
I told this. You're punishing Shardul Thakur also. You're punishing Prasidh Krishna also. You're punishing Mohammad Siraj also. No doubt about it. Get it? I know Harshit Rana will definitely come in the next test match. Okay. I, I see. It's not about it. It's not about it. I'm telling you. See,
No,
Ashit.
he will come. He will come. He will come.
And I can relate with the Rajbhai that one simple logic to defend his decision will be Harshit Rana can bat. That is the only reason what they are going to give, that Harshit can bat a bit of in a lower order,
No, no,
and
no, no, no,
bowling so definitely is going to do.
no, no, no.
I think somewhere here I'll go against what you guys are doing. I think somewhere, see, we had taken Sudarshan and Karun Nair and both of them failed. So instead of backing them, I'll back the bowlers and I'll will replace either of them with Kuldeep Yadav and Shardul Thakur or Prasidh Krishna with Harshit Rana. This is what I think should be the playing 11 for next.
No, no.
मैं मानता हूँ भाई अगर आपको चाहिए like why I'm saying is that like somewhere the confidence is right now because yesterday also Gambhir clearly told that there is not going to be any changes in Jasprit Bumrah's plans. He'll play only 3 test matches. His body needs rest. If that is the case, fine, no doubt about it, but you have to look inside or outside the career of Jasprit Bumrah and Kuldeep Yadav inclusion in this 5 test series. At this point of time, I feel it is difficult, cricket analyst, because like what I'm particularly seeing right now, I know the flat track wickets, but at this point of time,
No.
there is no confidence which is actually coming in from other fast bowlers or other bowlers in the team. We are actually missing a part-time spinner who can actually give me a middle over of 3 to 4 overs, which we have already told in our previous videos, like in the who can actually give me like 3 or 4 overs and then break the partnership. We are not seeing any such kind of partnership breakers in the team. We are not seeing any such kind of players wherein we can actually contribute more to the team and be that successful guy. Okay, so these are all the things what we are exactly looking forward and taking it forward in the future. And
It's
I totally support you. I mean, I'm not backing or I'm not blaming anybody, but always like the culture, how it was developed from the what Anil Kumble era when he was the captain and then Dhoni became the captain. What I've seen is always seniors were talking about an experienced guy in the team, in the campaign. Why? Because they take you, they tell you what exactly you have to do at what point of time, at what kind of situation. The way Sachin Tendulkar retired was in the same similar manner. The way Rahul Dravid hung up his boots, he saw that youngsters are now capable of playing like 45, 50 test match on back of their name and then going back and making them as a leaders. The same way BVS Lakshman got retired when Cheteshwar Pujara and Ajinkya Rahane was actually coming in into the squad, and the way they developed as well. And now what we're exactly missing is that we're not seeing that experienced campaigner who have played 18, 19 tests across the globe and supporting the players how exactly you have to suit for the conditions. If that is the case, give an youngsters like Abhimanyu Ishwaran or Sai Sudarshan a chance to play against Bangladesh, West Indies, and other associated nations. First, make them to play this kind of test matches and understand you play this one, and automatically, when you perform there, you will be getting a chance. The same way Yashasvi Jaiswal contributed. The way first century what he scored was against the West Indies when the conditions were making it difficult for other batsmen to score runs. And then it was KL Rahul. KL Rahul also scored millions of tons of runs. Now, all these things coming up and together making you a proper cricketer. You can't be living out without any experience on the field. You're sitting in the dressing room in an AC cabin, biting your fingers will not help, right? You should be should be an experience on the field. How much burden you're going to give to the world number one bowler? Come on, you can't be putting so much of pressure. You had Ishant Sharma, you had Mohammad Shami. Call them back, give them a chance, tell them, come on, guys, this is exactly what you have to do. There is a mentality, and people can contribute. Say, come back hard and say it to me. What did Ajinkya Rahane did? He went at a COVID time where there was no experienced bowler in the campaign, but still they went on to win the Test series. I agree with you, Desh. I'm not saying no, but the difference of ability was a person. Ajinkya Rahane almost played 70 to 80 test matches. By the time he was leading that particular side, he knew where exactly a XYZ player is now going to come in. Okay,
No,
so
and
that is
one
the
more
reason.
thing, he knows the track how it behaves because he's already having experience over those tracks, and he also have some kind of knowledge about like the batsman, like whom he's going to face, like they're gonna face.
Oof.
True, that's true. That's true. That's true. The comments which has been given there was because suppose I want to question one thing. If you're gonna make Ashit Rana play in this series, why didn't you give him a chance in the first Test match itself? Why? The conditions were against the fast bowler, right? Why you are not given chance? So
No,
if
I will.
that has been given,
The
so
thing is, I will tell you this: there were many fast bowlers. If you are a proper coach, if you are a person who actually stick to your words, stick to your words. You told Test cricket captaincy or a criteria should be done on the basis on how exactly you are going to perform in the Ranji matches.
But by what is my suggestion is that what I'm seeing for the throughout the course of the series is that England will not going to prepare the pitches where fast bowler should get the help. So the conditions will be definitely similar like this. Then it wouldn't be the the rust idea to having a two spinners in the team because we don't have any. They have the root who can bowl a decent bowling. He's having a decent bowling record who can bowl really well. So they have a Shoaib Bashir who is doing to the work for them. For us, we don't have that kind of a luxury. More importantly, that if these are the betting tracks, then I don't think so that you need any additional batter. The top five will definitely going to take care of that runs what you are scoring. But I still feel that if that is the case, then you can go with the two spinners if the conditions are the same. But I still feel that no, they will not going to prefer this kind of a situation. And the one point that Selva has mentioned that you have a blueprint ready of the past decade. The developed the culture is there. Then what is wrong and what is restricting you to taking that particular legacy forward? I still feel that a bit egoistic
You only told
things may
आप
hamper
ही बोला
you to
आप
carry
ही
forward these things. Yes,
आप ही बोला था. You only clearly told that every single person have some favoritisms in their
that is
their
what
list.
I'm saying. But it's
मैं
all
आपको
about
मान
legacy. Yes.
I'm not saying that you're wrong. I'm just saying, like, you have a checklist, you have selected those kind of players for your thing.
Yes,
Yes, Gautam Gambhir Shubman Gill relationship way goes back to Kolkata Knight Riders. I totally agree with you. You made him a captain on that basis only, no doubt about it. Surya Kumar Yadav again goes back to Kolkata Knight Riders. The way he performed in
Ashit
T20, he
Rana.
was the captain there also. Again, you're calling up Arshit Rana ahead of Anshul Kamboj just because of that partnership.
and
By
definitely by the Sai's debuts definitely suggests some Gujarat Titan connection as well. Mohammad Siraj, Sai, Gill, nothing against this kind of a situations. Whatever, see, Sai is deserving that. I'm not denying the stuffs, but I still feel that on the merit basis, if the merit will be there, then Abhimanyu Viswaran may going to have a cut in this kind of a, situations, But I have told you that the favorism is not, I can say, but yes, they have some kind of a blueprint in their mind. We need this kind of a player. We want to make a team around it, but it is all about culture. The flavor what the Indian cricket is, it should be maintained. We have seen the different captains of the Australian teams and etc., but they are never gone, against their mentality, like the culture what they have bring. You have ever seen that Aussies are going to play on the back foot? They are coming to your face and give you the whatever you needed, irrespective of any captain, any players, or whatever they are. So it is all about that building of the culture, and that taking forward that legacy. I'm not saying that you don't have your needed players or favoritism. That's okay. It's a game of cricket and you may have a plan, but just concern with that legacy. And I literally don't feel any attitude of winning in a yesterday from the body language of the player. As far as the progress, it feels like that, जैसे जैसे मैच आगे बढ़ रहा है, हम हारते जा रहे हैं, हम बाहर निकलते जा रहे हैं. That kind of the body language what I have seen, even though after those two wickets we have a defensive fielding. I definitely thought on that particular point of time, if Virat will be there, then I still feel that he will going to bamboozle that particular team in the 20 overs. So I feel that it's a problem of a mindset and the culture. It should be definitely taken care. Otherwise, we don't see our team winning that consistently. I'm not saying that they are not capable to win the matches, but we are not going to witness what we have seen for the past of the decade, especially the test cricket. One day cricket and a T20 cricket is a different ball game where situations can be changed in a one day. This will be the patience game and you need those characters. The point you have mentioned, the experience, it's a gold dust in a test cricket. The experience will be the key in this kind of a situation. We have seen yesterday's Joe Root's batting. That is what called the experience. He has placed those particular things. He has never allowed us to be in the game. So I still feel that even Jasprit Bumrah is missing someone from the other end who does possess the experience, who should share the particular things that we can try this, we can try that. Bowlers partnership, I feel that he definitely feel bit lonely in my opinion.
No,
We all the time we have seen that Mohammad Siraj is a guy where you need to told him that you need to pitch here. He is not going to bowl by his mind. Once you have told him, he will going to execute for you. So definitely Bumrah is also missing someone who can hunting in the pairs we have seen. And the trio, I still feel that Mohammad Shami, Mohammad Siraj, and Jasprit Bumrah will be the key in my opinion. No, the youngsters will be the the future for us. Just nurture those guys along with this. It will be the better option that what you have actually mentioned.
uh, I want to go against here. Why? Because like Siraj has played number of matches in overseas as well. So he has some kind of experience over there. So he is the only go-to bowler to support Bumrah. He has to step up because he has that mentality kind of thing where when compared to Bumrah, next senior most player is Siraj in the fast bowling lineup. So he has to step up over there. If we take for batting, Rahul is the most senior one. So he has to guide them. We saw him how he anchored the innings in the second innings and he was trying to play a beautiful shot and wherever he wanted to lift the ball, he was leaving the ball and he was trying to talk with each and every partner how to play it. Even in the first innings, we saw like it was a good partnership built between SSP and KL Rahul, where they made them ball to become old 20 overs. They made them into old one, and they're trying to make it happen. So these kinds of contributions should be coming over there, and it has to be flourishing all over the team. As we mentioned, like why we are not having good amount of spinners like a kind of a batting all rounder or a spinner. Why we are going with Nitish Reddy? Why can't we go with Watson on there. We also having a half spinner who can bat at good amount of averages. He can also play with the bat. Some kind of contribution can be done with the bat as well as the ball. If we take up the England top orders and the important batsmen, they are left-hander batsmen, where we can able to give some kind of off spinners to Washington Sundar, where we can make him bowl because he also in the wicket columns as well as in the run calls also he's been contributing well. So why can't we put him there? Why we are going with a fast bowler? Because like England is not going to provide like friendly tracks for a fast bowler. Why? Because we can cash in. But if we put
They have come out of a particular situation. They have come out of a particular thing. Like I just wanted to add on to 2 points to both of you guys. I'm not saying Max by uh, talking anything like, but yeah. I mean, imagine all our batters fail, then we are going to see the repeat of PGT, what we just had with the batting and bowling. I totally agree with you on both the points, Sarman and Pete. The thing is, like, what I wanted to tell right now is that the fact, what we are trying to tell is that, yes, our lower order batsmen, especially in the first innings, we lost 6 wickets for the loss of like 41 for a score of 45 or 41 runs. And in the second innings, we lost 6 wickets for the loss. I mean, like just for 35 or 36 runs. That is not been expected from a champion side like a team India. Okay. Yes, we need a lower order batsmen to contribute at least like 10 runs. It would have been gone back to a total score of like what? We have not seen any intention of our an attitude. Everybody coming in and just like swinging the ball around. They're not watching the ball. They did not had hand-eye coordination with the ball and watching the pitch as well. That is point number one. And yes, you wanted to tell something?
I want to add this point and compare it with England. Why? Because the England low order batsmen they were contributing like they were very much cautious, trying to leave the bad balls and try to defend it in a full face of the bat. They were keeping the bat front like the bat was facing like the V. The front foot defense was good. The defensive technique were good. But when it compared to the India part in the first innings or in the second innings, if we come, they were just starting to leave the ball. For example, I can tell Prasidh Krishna, like what he did, like he was doing some kind of defense because opposite end you're having Jadeja kind of a good batter, right? You can take a single or you can defend it and you can leave it up to Jadeja, where 20 or 30 extra runs should have been added in the lower order. If 20 runs partnership has been made, the runs would have been gone to some kind of 400 or 420 kind of things will be added. It might be a difficult one or a more interesting test match might be created over the chasing part. And if you take it to the England part while batting, Brandon Cars and Chris Wokes stitched a partnership of 50 runs. 50 runs partnership, they were making frustrations to the Indian bowlers where we can't able to pick wickets of them. So this is the part where we left. Even after Sadul Thakur, there were players who can just keep a defense or who can leave the ball right. So that's what. So it
And by one
like
more stat to add, that we have just created the chances of the wicket taking possibilities only 3%, which is the least in last 5 years that India has bowled in the Sena countries. So this is sum up of what we kind the day what we have yesterday. It sum up that by this particular stat. Only the three
Simple,
percent wicket taking possibilities.
as simple as that. I mean, if you ask me one thing, okay, like uh, before this test match got started, before this particular World Test Championship cycle have started, when the squad has been announced, Gautam Gambhir and Shubman Gill was sitting right next to them, and Gambhir saying this: even if you score 1,000 runs, also you are not safe in a test match. Wherein a decade back we started saying like, what, come on guys, like we have a team wherein both the player and the coach is sitting at one point of time, they're openly saying, the fire in their eyes was saying like, what, we have a team wherein any part of the world we go, we can beat that particular country or that particular team in their own venue only, and they have
Even
proved it.
after scoring 250.
Correct.
And we have
Score
seen
that.
those results. Even 150, after scoring 150, we have won the matches. So totally agree with you.
Yeah, Sarvanan bhai, like I mean, if you can just like use hashtags for the words that you have been putting, it will be so helpful. We are a family show as well. Has Nair played down the order of domestic cricket? Why Gill pushed Nair down the order? I mean, generally he's a one-down player, and that's exactly what we are also looking at. And Karun Nair in the previous also he was playing at number 4 or number 5 and number 6, to that matter of fact. But the thing is, like, selection was good, but somewhere Karun Nair could not able to execute it to his perfection, is what I personally felt. And now, I mean, after all these things, like, what exactly we can expect is that, like, we will also be coming out with certain numbers, data, and figures to all of you guys on our Instagram channel as well. I'm not sure Naxpa is completely silent in this show. Not been happy looking after the performance of Team India at all. But yeah, things should move on. Things should happen in a positive way. All that what we think is that India should bounce back after this transition phase, what we are looking into in the future. Uh, okay, before we wind up, or say, see, one thing is, if you really want to take 20 wickets and win the match, then you have to play one attacking of Bumrah to take. Then should you bring in Kuldeep and England can't play Kuldeep? It's not only about that. Cricket is a team game. Like, even Ravindra Jadeja was also bowling really well yesterday. But the thing is, like, the field placements for him was not up to the mark. We have not seen proper field placements when Ben Duckett was actually reverse sweeping him almost, and he was predetermined that he was playing that particular shot. And I am not seeing any fielder placed in the deep nor in the backward point where exactly he was playing that reverse sweep shots also. It
See,
happened with Joe Root, it happened with every single person. Yes, yes, Naxbeck.
Here to add on, what I'll say is England is comparatively much experienced side compared to that of Team India. So somewhere, I mean, if you need to win, you will need to see what matchups. I mean, use those bowlers accordingly. Put your field placements right, and don't give loose balls, because if you put your line and length proper, then normally what we have seen Jasprit Bumrah, as we have seen 45 overs from him, but his economy was quite good. I mean, two runs, 3 runs he gave. I mean, maiden over as well as 1 run. And whereas others like Prasid Krishna, you have seen 5 runs, 6 runs. So somewhere, if you are leaking runs, then you won't win the match. So somewhere your line and length has to be proper and your matchups has to be proper. If those things are right, then we can see India somewhere giving a draw or winning a test match against England. Otherwise, it would be a hard call for us. I mean, and it's true.
Uh,
Exactly.
I,
And yeah, Bumrah was wicketless
what
yesterday.
was
We
yesterday?
totally understand, because they know if they outplay Bumrah, then they can tackle at any
Yeah,
point of time.
exactly.
The role
Exactly.
and the mentality was very clear with the England saying, like, what they know, what exactly they have to do. And that's what even Ben Duckett told after winning the Player of the Match award for yesterday. He told, like, on day 4, if you are outplaying or playing smartly without a wicket loss, then we can definitely go
We can
on
go
to win this particular test match.
through.
The thought process was clear, that they have the set target, they know they have to play. And even in the pre-match show also, on the day 5, we told it's just a matter of 4 runs per over is what exactly we required. I mean, the England team required. And many of the panelists was still saying, like, it might be a probability of rain and it might be a probability of Indian team, this one. But somewhere I felt like the
It
way
was
the
England.
confidence, like, I saw the body language. With that only, I have told the same thing. What do you guys think of Karun? I mean, he got the situation like 50 for 4 or a kind. He should have used the chances, because he's the trigger point of the collapse. Uh, Totally agree with you. I'm not saying no, but somewhere we should also say, you cannot concede above 6 economy in test. Anirudh, just to make you correction, I just wanted to say, look at the number of runs scored. Is it in front of the wickets or is it in the back of the
Back
wickets?
of the wickets. True.
If it is in the back of the wicket, the top edges will flow. You're looking at the total number of runs, but not on the balls and the deliveries which has been bowled by a particular bowler.
Not
So
only that, I want to add one more here. Like most of the wickets delivering were short balls. They were able to pull cut. Why? Because all the batsmen are having like high back lift, which is very much easy for them to play like behind the wicket and square of the wicket. So cut and pull is very much easy shot for them. Why? Because the stance itself will tell them, the technique itself will tell them like what kind of player they are, and they are used for those kinds of conditions and those kinds of situations. So, and which made them play easily. And the third man guide and leg glance, whatever kind of things they made, They utilized it very well. I want to add one more point here. Prasidh Krishna like went for six, but it's a kind of batting which they made, and it's kind of a mistake from our Indian side. The field placement was not all good when compared to England side. They came with one plan, they got stick with one plan, and they showed patience in the game. But India didn't show that kind of patience. For example, if you want to tell Shardul Thakur, we need a wicket where we thought we couldn't able to get any kind of wickets over there.
It's not only about the patience, it's about the determination, it's about the grit, it's about the passion for winning the game was completely absent in the entire team members. I still favor of Arshdeep in place of Prasid. I mean, if you have joined in late, we have already spoken about
Spoken
all
about
these things, Sarvananji. Like, just go back and you can find all our views as well. So, with that being the case, guys, we will come back tomorrow with some of the more interesting facts about this particular test match at the same time and same place. And yeah, until next time, take care. And from all of us at Crixenify, you know what exactly you have to do. Please do like, share, and also do subscribe for our YouTube channel, and also follow us on our Instagram profile as well. Until next time, until tomorrow, take care, everyone, and see you. Bye bye.